Hey everyone, welcome. I'm going to jump into a best of 3 core set 2021 draft. Need a little break from Amonkhet Remastered here. Getting a little frustrated with that. Going to try to get frustrated with this instead. Let's just shift our frustration to traditional core set 2021 draft. Yeah, it's been frustrating for me in my results since the release of Amonkhet Remastered, but what's not frustrating at all is my experiences with my sponsor, CardKingdom.com. If you go to them via my affiliate link in the panels down below or in the notes of my YouTube video, you'll find one of the premier sellers of Magic stuff on the interwebs. And they're going to get you everything you need for your tabletop game quickly. They're going to get it there in the shape you expect. They're going to get it there at a price you can handle and backed by some of the best customer service in the industry. If you ever need something for your tabletop game and you remember these words, go back to my stream, go back to something, find that click link and get to Card Kingdom via my affiliate link and let them know you got there from here. Helps them know where the business came from and helps me stay on the air. So thank you for that, Card Kingdom. Let's buy ourselves entrance into this best of 3 and see how long the queue takes. You think it's how long has it been? Oh, there's a second. Although, you know, we were first in the queue. That's kind of unlucky. We can take some AMA while we wait. Maybe I'll hop back to soapbox mode here. Oh no, look at that. Ready. Never mind. We're drafting. We're drafting. All right. It's this format, everybody. Do you remember? I barely remember. Let's see what we can do. Feat of Resistance jumps out as an excellent place to start. So does Baron. There's no other great blue here. There's a Rousing Reed. So Baron's a reasonable place to start too. But yeah, I'm loving Feat. I think Selfless Savior also kind of does Feat stuff for 1 less mana. So you could make an argument for the Selfless Savior as well. But I think Feat is just worth it. Scott wants Baron. That's totally cool. We could also, you know, if for a gem pick, like if you're up against gems, you definitely want to be taking Baron here. Anybody else want Baron over Feat? These are the two. I mean, I guess like again, the Savior jumps out at me a little bit. I'm going to take Feat. There's another Feat. There's also Volcanic Salvo, though. Hunter's Edge, if we want to go green-white. But yeah, Volcanic Salvo in a crowded board just kills 2 things, right? Haj wants second Feat. I think this Salvo is too powerful to ignore. I'm going to grab it there. Solidarity is interesting here. Sky Scanner, sure. Roman Ghostlight is okay, but Solidarity is great in white. Let's see if we can get there. Don't love, you know, not like white is looking hugely open. We're only 3 picks in, so it's not at its best in white, but if you're white-red, you're still going to play this. More Feat. Take a Pteranodon, though, and potentially work our way back towards being in green-white instead of red-white. Or even green-red, if it breaks that way. But yeah, hard to pass another Feat. Solidifies us in white. Let's do that. Cut the white, see about this Salvo. Hey, good game, B Warden. I got my redemption on that too, I think. That was weird. The ban? You mean of Field of Dead? I mean, go make historic great, Wizards. That's how I feel. Battalion, boring white card that would fit, but I think Pride Malkin jumps out at me here as the best card for what we've got going on. There's another rare. You know, if we wanted to take gems, we could. We're gem independent here, though. We don't need to worry about gems. If you are a gem warrior, probably Animal Sanctuary for 20 gems is worth more gems to you than a Pride Malkin pick here, just because we don't know where we're going to end up. I mean, if we know we're going to be white-green, maybe this is worth more than 20 gems, but straight up 20 gems is fine. Watcher of the Spheres is interesting. Be our first foray towards blue after passing a bunch of good blue, but it is somewhat of a build-aroundy uncommon. But yeah, we can just take Chorister and be pretty happy with that, right? I mean, I see an uncommon that's half on color, and I'm not settled in my second color. It's very appealing. We also don't have any other flyers. Yeah, I like the Chorister. That's fine. Doggy or Swoopa? Probably Doggy. When in doubt, go for the cheaper thing, especially in this format, and especially with Solidarity and like we want to find some Acolytes, the 4-mana white common, and we'll be happy to be curving out with Doggies into that 4-drop as opposed to 4-drops competing for space. Rugged Highlands or Temple of Milady. Pegasus is somewhat playable, but I'm going to just go ahead and take the gems here. Pegasus is fine. It really is, but I'm going to model some level of gem picking. And Replicator spec, also interesting, but this is a place where our choices are weak enough that I'm willing to go for the gem EV here. Well, we have a interesting wheel. We've got the Patrician. We could take this and hedge towards the possible black-white, but we haven't really seen any other support for it. We can just take a Sky Scanner or a Training, though. But since we don't know our second color, I guess we'll take the Patrician. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We got 3, but this is kind of where we want to be. If you think of the kind of limited resources philosophy of leave the first pack, knowing for sure what one color is with some flexibility regarding the other ones, that's not bad. And here we're actually going to take Skeleton Archer in case we need to support the indulging Patrician pick over Dub. I'm going to take Forgotten Sentinel in case we're desperate for playables. Backwater is interesting, but we'll take a Cur here. It's still possible we end up... I mean, we don't know what our second color is, right? So Backwater, not really close to anything we're doing. I'm going to take the Cur. Village Right's not bad here either. I mean, well, we can do what the table tells us as long as it doesn't involve blue. Fabled Passage certainly helps with that, but we've got a Scorching Dragonfire suggesting take the red card and see. That Sanctuary, I don't feel badly at all. The Sanctuary does some stuff, but it's not a super important card to me. Magmud on the wheel, maybe, or the Cur. Fabled Passage helps with a splash and is great gems if you're in the gem hunt, but we'll take Dragonfire. Grasp of Darkness or Eliminate, maybe even Eliminate as a less mana-intensive card. Could also take the Enforcer. But yeah, I'm going to take black removal here. You want the ogre? You want to... Hodge thinks we're so surely red. We take the ogre here with the... I guess it helps with the salvo. But I'm not sure we're red yet. Just giving up an ogre to hedge towards black. I'm going to do that. But I hear you, Hodge. Maybe ogre is correct there. Daybreak Charger, a solid white playable. Revitalize if we want to really try to do the black. Although I think we try to wheel the Revitalize if we're doing that. Makes me want the Charger, and again, just kind of see. Charger and listen. Shieldmate, interesting. But Gourmand at this place, I mean, you're really trying to reanimate on that. But there's also an edge. Yeah, but we only have the Pride Malkin. Like, this is our second green card, whereas this would be like our nth black card. Hodge still likes the edge. Gonna have to settle on something soon. But it really feels like the table's telling us to be black. I'm gonna take Gourmand. That's pretty signally from the table, and here we can follow with a Fetid Imp. All right. Could take some gems here. We could take land to splash blue. We could take a secure just to have that solid removal, although we're hoping that by being in black we get better removal. Yeah, we take Lurker, and it is, quote, fine. Ugh. That's true. Secure is better in best of 3. All right, I'll take the Secure over the Lurker, but it was close. Here's a Lurker we can grab, or a possible Battalion. Not much going on at 3. Maybe we want the Battalion over the Lurker at 4. Yeah, this is not... Now that, like, the green is flowing too. Like, if we had gone towards the fight card that Hodge wanted, we'd be somewhat rewarded here. I'm going to take the Battalion, though, as it's at least in our for sure colors. All right, we'll take the second Patrician and really try to find some support for the life gain, but I don't know. Really, we just these are playable as 1/4 flyer life links for 3. Blackguard. Steward, gift. I guess we'll take gift because it does provide some lifelink, possibly. Not going to play that, even though it provides some life. Late Imp, late Pride Malkin. So green is pretty wide here, but we're pretty locked in now. I'm going to settle on the white-black. Try to make it work. Defiant Strike or Shieldmate. I suppose we could end up wanting to be more aggro and use the Acolyte. I'm not sure either of those really matter. It's our buddy Gadrak. Used to see Gadrak all the time, but we have a Devotee or nothing. So this is a Devotee pick pretty easily, even though we don't have much in the way of actual zombies in the deck. Devotee can make its own. Here's one of these Acolytes I was hoping for. Got another rare you could take for gems. But Vessel would be nice too to reanimate with, but we're not even really there yet. Let's just take the Acolyte. Really glad to have one of these. First Acolyte in pack 3. Whew. Hodge is never going to be able to let go of the green deck he is longing for. Swift Response is fine. We have like one more pack to find another Basri's, or sorry, Basri's, you know, another Acolyte. That's what I want. It's more of these. We're running out of time. Ascension is fine. We'll take that. I still got out. How you doing? Better for us than a Vessel or a Haze. Well, this pack's gross. Really, all we have is Palladium Mirror or the Defiant Strike. Palladium Mirror could ramp us to Gourmand, but what else is it doing? Like, nothing? Yeah, I mean, I just can't see taking it. I mean, Mirror is so good in general. We'll take it and see. Mutt, not bad for the board. Don't want a second Village Rites. We're going to play the first, but I'll bring a Mutt for the board is fine. Yeah, we had one that we were trying to wheel, and now we're not really getting there on it. I mean, we take a Glutton, but that's not great for us either. Like having an Alpine Watchdog here, though. I just don't think it does much. Like, this isn't the way I want to gain 3 life in the format, you know? All right, Dub comes back, and Dub on Patrician is a combo, so we'll do it and probably run it. The question on I didn't mention it, but it was Watchdog with Vigilance or 2/2 Zombie with Devotee. I mean, it's Vigilance or +1. Well, those are the... Yeah, take Archer. I think his deck is whatever. 20 on the grind. Could have gotten a lot more. And not had that much of a worse of a deck, honestly. 18-10 is our split. No kidding. I'd be happy for a 2-1 here. This is not a good deck, folks. I don't like it. We cut Shieldmate. Gotta keep the gift just because of the interactions on Lifelink. Yeah, we can secure the board. That to the board is fine. Maybe 1 Archer. I don't know if this Cage Zombie is doing much. Yeah, we could 16 land this one. What do you think of this? I don't love it, but I think this is our deck. Archer Redemption incoming.
Archer. Archer? Archer. Archer! Archer! What? God!
Scry Tapland. Yeah, we could run one of those. Generally run your half-color Scry lands. And Let's go for Nyx lands today. There's the 8-8 split. Yeah, we could consider that more, having something for main deck removal. But we're kind of being aggressive and using feet and swift response. We have swift, we have some removal, and we're going to be trying to be actually fairly aggro here, I think, all things considered. So I'm going to run it like this. I'm going to call it, well, you come up with a name. I'm going to take a pre-game bio break. So I want fantastic names or any final cuts or changes you want to make before I get back. Be right back. Is this a low enough curve for 16? Well, we're pretty darn low. We take away these two, and we only have 4 total cards over 3 mana. So I think we can do it. Do that, sure. Yeah, this is first match. We're going to update everything here. We're going to start here, see how it goes. Leaning a lot on some feasts, by which I mean feats. If we, the deck doesn't look like anything special, but if we can have some well-timed feats of resistance, we should be all right. Well, we got the combo. We're going to keep this. Make him stop us. Thank you for that sub. There's an eliminate, but we're going to start with Patrician. If we draw a land, I think next turn we will go eliminate, hold up, feat, and then the turn after that we can go dub, hold up, feat. If I can protect a dubbed up Patrician with feat, I'm in. Well, it's going to be tough, but I think I'm gonna still follow. Like, I was really hoping to see the 5th land to be sure of our plan. They are showing red. Yeah, I'm gonna be extra careful here. Drop the doggy. Indulge the Patrician. It's back. I could keep it back on D. It seems to be holding back the Oppo's stuff pretty well. Eliminate and feat are both instants. So I'm actually going to say no attacks. We're playing a more controlling game here. Let's keep Oppo's stuff at bay if we can do it. And then know that a protected dub Patrician should get us there. Eliminate destroys all of their creatures, so we can also block, knowing that if they try to come up with a response, a combat trick, we can eliminate in response. So I'm planning to definitely block with the Watchdog. Did not want to block with Patrician, was just keeping it back, hoping they would not attack. I'm hoping to not put Patrician in harm's way. But sure, this is going to happen. Interesting. Probably just going to take 3. Well, I mean, we could actually use the Alchemist gift to save here. But it's not just red cards. They got a plains here, so sit down, Kataski. If it was mono red, I'm with you, but this is not mono red. This is they got real removal in white. And we don't lose if we keep this protected, so that's kind of what I'm thinking about. Do we bother even trying to eat here, though? I like just using Eliminate on, like, the Immolator here, and then that's fine. I'm going to say no blocks. That's true. That's true. That's a great point that I didn't process. That if my plan is to protect against white removal with the feet, it doesn't really work anyway because it knocks the dub off. So maybe I can go all in on Partition here. But it might even be worth. Yeah, we can't eliminate it. This is CMC 3 or less, so it's not an option. Yep, Doggy has an attack. Yeah, but I mean, if we put Dub on a Patrician, it's a self combo. Nothing is going to be better if it sticks than Dub on the Patrician. We do get gift. We do get to keep the gift up. Gonna do it. Well, now we see if there is any white removal to at least slow the Partition down. I'd still use the feet in that case. Go ahead and knock the dub off and make a 2/4 life-linking Patrician. That'd be all right. Well, we could offer the Alpine Watchdog for any of theirs. Well, let's just send in the Partition and not offer this trade. I guess we could. Yeah, actually, well, the trouble is it doesn't make we wouldn't get a devotee token out of it. I'm going to go just... It costs mana, folks. We don't get to do that. Still may be the play. Yeah, I think it's still the play over the archer. Look at me crushing with dub, like I do. I don't see much reason to block anything at 22 life. We'll just accept this here. Extra mana, does that help us? Let's see. It does give us feat plus devotee. Sonic says we have a win. Let's see. We're gonna get there to virtual 5 with this. 4, 3, 2. So we need to do 2 damage in addition to the patrician. And we almost have it with feat plus skeleton. We don't quite have the mana. So if we had 6 mana, we could go for the win this turn. As it is, we're just going to play planes. And now we'll offer Doggy and Patrician. Although I know they have a warded battlements block, but we can consider using the feat at that point. Although I don't see why. At this point, I'm just going to hold feat because they're going to go to 2. And even if they do something to kill or use white removal on Patrician, we get to Feat of Resistance and make it a 2 power flyer again. So I'm just gonna let this be. Why Feat over Archer? Because again, I don't know what they might have or how they're gonna. If we can just protect the Patrician, we win. That's why. And even against white removal, like if they have a Swift Reckoning or something, be happy to have this feat up because it'll win us the game. Even Burn Bright's not going to be enough for him. We're certainly going to throw blocks with our ground creatures on whatever they do. Oppo agrees. We go to sideboarding. That's right, it's best of 3. We actually had to think about how we might adjust things for this aggressive deck. Makes me like a caged zombie over a battalion. And we didn't see any... we saw an arsonist, only the one toughness, but I think another archer in here probably makes some sense. For his village right's good. They didn't show us much removal. I guess they have this an immolator. What else? Anything for the mutt? No, I didn't really see any mutt targets. So really those are our only choices. We could bring in a shieldmate. I still think the Gourmand kind of gets us there at the end. I don't want to cut the Gourmand. I want to have some top end. I hear you. Yeah, I didn't understand what Gdanmore was getting at. Now I hear what you're saying. Cut a gift. What do I want? Maybe Ascension. I'm going to cut the Ascension. I don't know exactly what I'm doing with that here. I mean, it's just generically fine, but not really on plan in a way. I don't know. Needed to cut something. I liked having... we'll find a spot for the temples. It'll be fine. That's too bad. Now do I have to mulligan this? We're not doing anything anytime soon, so yes. Mulligan. This we can keep. And have to let go my friend the Dub. Although, again, as we saw, this is pretty good in this matchup. Their red-based removal has a tougher time with Dub. They showed some white, too, but not really any removal. Yeah, Solidarity could go as not doing too much here with just the double. All right, I'm in for that. we'll get rid of Solidarity, and our Augment Creatures play will be a dub on something instead of Solidarity. I like that, Fantasia. But I think it was those between those two. We might just go hog here and dub up a Watchdog. 4-power Vigilant First Strike is tough. Did they not show a Cur in the last game? They must have their Curs in hand, I guess. Houndmaster does have some extra text, but mainly it's about card advantage, going and fetching doggies. Well, I'm going to say no blocks, and we're going to try to see if the dub gets there. Could also go Swift Response. That's interesting. Swift Response taking out Subira has some value. I'm going to go for dub, though. If they don't have an answer for this, it could just take over the game right here. So, I'm just going to go with the scary doggy. See if they've got anything for it. I roll. I mean, whatever. That's what I love doing to people who play dub. Y'all like dub? Think dub is good? How about that dub? Only Justice. Can hardly be mad at an oppo punishing me for running dub. Alright, how do we live? We could Fetid Imp and have an activation. We could simply just eliminate the Houndmaster and go to 4. Then we drop the Patrician and into the Blood Glutton and try to get back that way. Let's just do that. Let's take the Sure thing. Although, I guess Imp could just make them say they don't want to attack at all. I think the Imp probably just gets removed, though. And if the Imp gets removed, we lose that. The thing about creature-based removal is that you set yourself up to get blown out by Oppo's own removal, whereas if you just use your removal, you know you've got that creature out of the way, right? Yeah, we could just do zombie for those blocks as well. If we're going to do a creature to block with, I do like the zombie better. Let's do that. Let's use all our mana, try to come up with a zombie blocker, and I'd even trade off for the Houndmaster. Although if they send everything, that's not really fair. That's not fair. We have Eliminate. We'll do it too. So we got to do this, make this trade, and I think we're still dead. Let's see, because we go 8 to 4 to 3. We kill this, we go to 2. Okay, we're not dead. But we kind of are. We need a land, and then we can play Fetid Imp, Eliminate, and not die. Oof. That might just finish us off here in game 2, and lack of a land kind of does it anyway. So we eliminate the Alpine Watchdog and ultimately just die to ping and attack. So I'm not even going to show him anything. And we could play Patrician, still just have to chump, and then still basically dead. So yeah, let's concede. I'll run it back though. Magic is just has it out for me right now. Testing my resolve. Got a mulligan. Keeping this. And I'm gonna ditch a Greedy Plains and hope we get there on land. Keep all of our action. Going greedy and keeping all of our action since it's cheap action. I'm going to play the Imp. And if they send the Arsonist, probably accept that offer. The curve is super low. It's got 1-6 and 1-5. But I'm still close to 7. We could talk about one thing I was not thinking about is that I was thinking we were in best of 1, which has the smoother, and we don't have the smoother, so maybe that's a reason to go to 7 too. Let's just swift response maybe. Although. Maybe not. Maybe we just play the Patrician and kind of race it. Back-to-back Patricians put us in a decent spot. And, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to use all my mana. Use all my mana and play a good racing card in the Patrician. If they kill that, we got another where that came from. Yeah, I'm going to do it again. Striker is going to probably earn a swift response after hitting us for a big smack next turn. Or actually, wait, swift response an instant, so we could actually just do that mid-combat. Could leave the Imp back to make them, you know, invest into the Siege Striker, but I think they're going to anyway, so I'm just going to send both. And I think I even like going ahead and playing Devotee. Then we take a smack, but we untap with the Devotee in play, so if we don't draw a land, we can swift response the Striker and create the zombie. So I'm going to do that. I don't want to play Caged first, because if we don't find land off the top, then we still get to do what I was saying. I want to make a zombie and kill a thing next turn, not attack with a caged zombie. That's not my master plan. Yeah, Lord after minions heuristic, but not if my plan is to swift response make a zombie, right? Are we clear? Of course, we found the land that could have allowed for potentially both, but still need something for them to die. If they want to trade Arsonist for token, we'll do that. Magmut. 3/3s better than a 2/2. Oh, but we got lucky. Sorry, Oppo. I'm gonna save the cage zombie and just make a zombie token instead of making a caged zombie. Gourmand. All right, got the first one. Good game, Oppo. Sorry, I had a text from my daughter checking in there. Let's look. I think we do go to 17. We also have some mana sinks in the devotee, or a mana sink. Or like cut Gourmand and play another archer, you know, like tighten the curve a little more if we're going to do 16. I think this is okay, and I think maybe cut the village rights and bring that in against opponents showing a lot of removal that we want to respond to. Thank you for the sub, Windfrog. Appreciate that. Subbed with Prime and starting a streak. Love both of that. Don't forget you can... Those of you who are Amazon Prime members, Jeff Bezos will toss you 1 sub per month to throw around the community. Make sure you're using that if you're not, like Windfrog just did. And all right, let's try this. I put an extra swamp in. Maybe we're supposed to be 9 white, 8 black. That's one more thing to consider here. I kind of just realized I did it because 8 and 8 was the same number of basics, as opposed to actually thinking about whether white or black should have more. Keep this, though. I don't know how cool Jeff Bezos is, but he won capitalism, so now we got to figure out what that means. What do you do when somebody wins capitalism? I like that we have a blackguard as a flash, because then we can eliminate or blackguard. Or, wow, a duress. Do not love a main deck duress in limited. Now, this is its best case scenario. You get it in the first couple of turns. The real problem with duress is how bad of a top deck it is. So they got it when they needed it, but I'm generally happy to have my opponents running duress, because too often they're going to rip it in the mid game and just be like, wow, this is a dead card. They know about it all, so I'm just going to drop the doggy. How do you win capitalism? You create Amazon.com and change the way the entire universe, the entire Earth shops for stuff. Obviously, we will send in the watchdog, because if they want to trade, great, but they're never gonna, not in a million. This is where it picks up Rousing Reed, and we are just done. possible Oppo's thinking is Coatl protected with a duress is really hard to beat. I agree, but still. I'm going to go Blackguard Solidarity. I could wait until the Blood Glutton is down, I suppose, but I kind of want the Patrician getting in the air as fast as possible here. We got to kind of win with damage and lifelink through the air to overcome the incredible stuff happening on the ground here, but we do get another... Also, it lets us attack with the Watchdog, since, again, we would happily take either of these trades. Just don't kill our Patrician and we have a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. Interesting they didn't want to attack. I guess didn't want to trade away either of those. Now we are in attack with Patrician, play Blood Glutton. And then maybe the Blood Glutton getting some extra lifelink for us will help us finish off the game. But it seems like it's coming down to Oppo's ability to find removal for the Patrician or not. As it often happens with Magic games, it can come down to one critical thing that's happening, you know, that nothing else matters as long as this one thing is happening. So that's interesting. They could have the +1/+1 Death Touch or lifelink, but that still creates a kill situation here. It would not give us the drain because the Patrician... I think we want the drain, right? Because we could double block here, take out the Scourge, and but then we don't get the... this is an our turn thing, so I'm going to say no blocks. We could also double block here and 2 for 1. But again, I think this is fine. Maybe we'll get a feat. Feat off the top. Feat would allow us to turn the Patrician into a self combo, which would close it out pretty quickly here. There it is. Do we want to do it? Or do we just want to protect what we've got? We could also protect the Blood Glutton. Let's send in and yeah, let's look for a pause here too. Pausing clearly. Yeah, well, that was the idea. And also now I like... I like sending this and seeing how they want to block. We could also send the Blackguard, but it only gets +1. 4/3. It's close. Yeah, I guess we can just stay back to... I'm gonna do it. Is it that bad? Because... yeah, we make him use it. But, ours doesn't die. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, they could have write something else and made it big. We'll just go whatever. Is that the worst though, Reeds? I mean, we knew it was either rights or the +1/+1 because of the pause. So I knew what I was getting into. I just thought that was okay. Should have let him die. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it was not good and Oppo just didn't play it right. Still, we're not there now. Still have this pesky 7/7, so still just gonna continue to work with this lifelinker in the air and see what they can do about it. We find ourselves a land, we get a Gourmand to add a Gourmand into the air. Oof. Well, they found it. Hopefully Gourmand comes down and closes it out though. This is main deck though. Like if they boarded that in, that's one thing. Really weird to be running a run afoul main deck in best of 3. Well, can't find our 6th land, even though we did go up to 17. Yeah, I really don't want to lose to the old main deck duress run afoul deck, but they got some good stuff going on. I just question those decisions. All right, well, we're out of ooze life gain, or ooze counters and life gain anyway. Imp doesn't really change the clock, but can't block with the lack of activation after the Gourmand, so let's send in the Imp. One unfortunate side effect of Gourmand is that it's 2 more pieces of life for the scavenging ooze. But we do what we gotta. And we will let go an Alpine Watchdog. I wouldn't say best of 3 is, quote, usually more grindy. I guess people do lean a little more aggro in best of 1, but I don't think it's a factor that is actually that significant. All right. Still a 2-turn clock. If we can keep our Gourmand alive and ourselves alive. We can even just take this. If the Scourge is going to get bigger, the Blood Glutton will be a better chump later. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We could throw all of it on here, though, and actually trade 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They get all 3 of them, though. That doesn't seem good either. I'm going to say no blocks. All the other thing is they could give this trample later, and maybe this is the time to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it now. I'm afraid of things like that might give the Wildwood Scourge trample and save, and this saves even more damage. You want to chump with the doggy? I was just gonna get some life, but sure, we could chump with the doggy. All right, we are in Is What It Is land, and again, Ooze getting some life here. I'm going to attack, and then now, let's see, 11, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 24. We can't quite keep him on a 2-turn clock, so I'm going to only attack with the Gourmand. Well, I was thinking about I'm not going to, but it's because I did the math. I was trying to see that if we kept on could we keep a 2-turn clock and live? And the answer was no. Like we can't keep the 2-turn clock and live. So we're gonna Gourmand alone and try to use the Imp to take out one of the big things here. But yeah, the only reason to attack with Imp there is if you're pretty sure it gives you the win on the next turn. But because it's not a 2-turn clock. Yeah, but but if they attack with everything, we have to chump, and then there's more creatures in the yard. Yeah, we'll play out the land so that the Blackguard can actually pump alongside the Imp. It shows it tips our hand like we don't have any more secrets, but it's the best option for us. So Reitz is right that right now there's only one card in the yard, and it seems like Imp Gourmand is a win. But if we had attacked with both of these and they were at 5, they just get to force us to double block and then go back up. Reitz is saying just use the lifelink to stay alive in that spot. But again, they do get more Ooze activations. You like take it? I like try and eat it with the Imp. Or trade for the Imp. That's what I'm going to do. But we don't. Well, shoot. Sorry, you guys are right. I'm getting my combat math thrown off here by all these decisions, but I've done what I've done. We're doing it. Yeah, that's the thing. We don't want to just lose to a Surge. I see, like, I'm not going to say that's what I was playing around. I'm just kind of like, all of my life heuristics of Magic say get rid of that huge thing. And yeah, we do lose to a Surge, but that's not what my thinking was. I just want to be clear. You know, it may be correct, but my mindset was just on the basic heuristic of stop that huge thing. Oh, it's definitely not a punt, though. For you to argue that's a punt is pretty bold, given that they have 2 cards. That's simply a choice, not a punt. And I'm going to sandbag this land. Extra pumps in the Blackguard next turn don't matter all that much. Still got it if they don't have removal. Oh boy. Well, now what are we playing out to? Swift response. So we're going to take this and hope it's swift response off the top, and our blood glutton plus pump is enough to start doing stuff here. Yeah, Patrician on top for the win. Patricia would be good. We do have 2 of those left, right? No, just one of them. One of them's exiled, must be. Yep. All right, here we go. We do have outs. I like the Patrician out. That would be fun. Let's do it. That is not bad. Let's keep everything back. And then try to... Yeah, 1 creature in the yard, but 4/4 is still enough. 4 life is not 5. And it exiles. Well, attack with both. No, I don't want to put fodder in the yard. I want to chump. We got to chump the Scavenging Ooze and Ascension whatever chumps it. I could just take it, but again, we set ourselves up for losing to various effects that I just don't want to bother losing to. So we'll say goodbye to the Blackguard. No, we won't. That's the thing. It's not sack. That's what's beautiful. Exile target creature. Gotta watch our overall clock. It's 5 minutes behind Oppo on that front. Did we get there? Yeah! That was a good win. I mean, felt good to win that. I made my share of mistakes along the way, but I'm glad we got there. So, run afoul duress, huh? Yeah, we got to bring in the secure for... I need the gift. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Dip. Let's see. What else are we liking here? Do we want village rights in this matchup? They do have the finishing blow and the run afoul, etc. Yeah, we could cut a doggy. Not loving going down too much on creatures. Yeah, Archer maybe not doing as much. Let's keep the... Although, what are doggies blocking against this opponent, you know? I think cutting Archer makes some sense, though. Archer gift is kind of a thing. I'm gonna run this. No, I don't like the Fountain Land. It doesn't... I mean, I guess with the Patrician, it does the 3, but I'm not gonna mess up my colors for the Fountain Land. Yeah, you say 1 extra Patrician trigger could be all I need. I say 1 plains or 1 swamp to cast our spells might be all we need. I'm gonna just run this. Well, I think we know what we're doing with this one. keep this send back swamp or gift. But I think we do swamp and get greedy with our imp, because if we get imp plus gift and imp plus feat, we might be able to get like 3 creatures with our imp. Ugh. Turn 2 Dryad is the worst. Oppo already showing a bunch of stuff that is going to be good for them. I'm going to say... I'm just going to Swift Response their Dryad. That thing's going to get massive. You say should have played the Death Toucher. I say kill the Dryad. I mean, they got to take the Swift Response. I don't know what they're thinking about. Yeah, I don't know. I guess a reason to play the Imp would be that if we find a land, I can activate Imp and still play the Swift Response. This was a much better hand when it was all tricksy and sneaky. Freebooter has been very underwhelming in the format. In this case, we're gonna... I guess they're showing... They have possible duress, but... Alright, well now I'll do your Imp play. And we will potentially, if we find a swamp, be able to eliminate and Imp. Oh yeah, you got me with that run-afoul. Oh boy. Wow. Getting wrecked by terrible cards. You heard it here first. Now I'm getting salty, because these cards suck. These cards suck. Wow. This card, not that great either. Really frustrated to be having Oppo actually have these things work out for him. Magic Gods. Don't ask for much. I ask for a lot. I'm going to ask you for a good game 3, because I might just quit streaming if I lose to the frickin' main deck duress run-afoul deck. I mean, yeah, we can still... I guess I'll play it out. We're going to lose, though. We don't have the tools to win this game. I mean, there's context Royal Tot, but I don't think it's subjective. I think Duress is a bad card in Limited. I think Run-afoul is a bad main deck card in Limited. I think that's just true. That is not subjective. That is community blessed. Yeah, but they played this. They played this on us game 1. That's what I was saying. Yeah, we got no choices here. This is what we do. And it's not like, I mean, I don't know what we draw. Like, what's our plan? I guess our plan is to draw a... Yeah, I don't know what... Land and then a Patrician is our plan. Yeah, rookie mistake to complete the whatever fecta. That's unfortunately not what we needed. Yeah, now we can't win. There's no draw. Well, let's play this. Solidary Ascension. I guess we could get Angelic Ascension and not die. Thanks, mana. All right, magic gods. Please. Please. I'll just take an early vacation if I lose this match. That does remind me, when does the new set come out? Can somebody look up or just tell me the date of that the next set launches on Arena? Because it'll set. I am going to take a little long weekend coming up. September 17th. All right, so that Monday and the previous Friday, I'm going to take off, just so you know. That'd be a Thursday, 16th. So probably 14th, 11th and 14th, I'll take off. Wondering if the dub is good here with the removal we're seeing, but I guess we got to try feet protecting dub, etc. Could also bring in village rights given the removal. Maybe that's a play. I don't know how much lower we can go on creatures, but I am tempted by village rights against this deck. I think I'm going to go rights for gift. I know gift does some stuff for us, but I like the rights against the removal. I'm going to try that. I can't worry about duress. I'm going to hope that it punishes them by showing up late for once. You know, of course, that's not happening to us. I'm sure they'll get duress for a critical removal spell or something, as opposed to drawing it turn 11 for no value, but we'll see. That's true. Solidarity is a cuttable. No, we have a secure sideboard. I'm not sure, Royal Tot, if you're saying we should or if we are. I'm not sure if that's a question or a suggestion. No twos, but we'll keep here. You're late, Chorister, but get in there. I'm gonna drop the battalion, I think. Try to get this going as soon as we can. Devotee, well, although I suppose if we play Devotee and something dies next turn, if we find, like we could find a swamp and be able to eliminate and make a token. And yeah, we are choked on black, so I do like using the black as well, although we're kind of one spelling for a little bit here anyway. Let's go Devotee. No, if we can, maybe we'll get mana spiked or whatever, or force spiked here. That would be kind of where things are at. No, just probably an eliminate of their own. Huh? Weird. A lot of pauses, but no action. Not sure what that means. This is interesting, though. What do you think about eliminate and make a zombie? I mean, this is not going to get that much better stuff. They do have some small stuff that gets very big, but I like eliminate, make a zombie. mean, this is battalion, right? I mean, we make a battalion. It doesn't get bigger, but we make a 3-2. And it's a 3-2 that triggers itself. So if it dies, we can make another 3-2. And I'm gonna presume, I don't know, there's a +1/+1 in hexproof. That would be stinky. But I am going to put him to that test. We haven't seen Guile yet, and they're running a lot of other instants and sorceries, right? So I am gonna go for it. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for it. I don't want to start falling behind to their much bigger green creatures. And we could run out the imp. But we don't need it now. I'm just going to go for bigger action. And if we find a basic land off the top, Chorister becomes pumpable, and the next attack becomes quite nice. Blood Glutton. Well, now maybe we just secure the scene. Although we still have, well, with this, I guess we can send all 3 of these. No, I guess we, if we eliminate the Blood Glutton, question is, do we want to send in something to trigger the battalion or not? We could also just send in the token, see what they want to do about that. And then, yeah, we could send in Chorister too and see if they want to block. Like, we would trade Chorister for Blood Glutton, right? But in that case, why not just send all 3 then, right? I think everything but Devotee or just the zombie, and I'm on everything but Devotee. I think that's still good. We get secure the scene at the ready. If they go for one big thing, they're in serious trouble. They need to, like, drop some little things here. All right, Charger. Well, we can secure the Lurker, and then they either take 4 or, and let's see, is this destroy? Could also just charge and then make another Devotee token. They either trade or not. I like that. Let's charge and be prepared to make a token. And then secure, they probably trade off Battalion for Lurker, and then we can secure the Ooze. Yeah, it's true. We could also just play the Lifelinker. You like that? I'm gonna go Charger, though. I'm gonna go my plan. I think I like this because either they trade for it and we get another 3-2, or they don't and we get 6 in. It makes them do it, you know, like, I mean, I wasn't gonna not play it, so, if my plan was to make this token, it kind of makes them do the block we wanted. Or we're happy if they don't, and I was going to play it. I mean, I would play it after combat if I didn't play it before, so, like, may as well do it before. Nice. So, Ooze can become a 3/3 here, but with Acolyte, it still becomes a trade with everything. We could also just secure it. But I think we go Acolyte and just make them do a trade here. If they don't, it gets real good for us. They might take it. Yeah, they're going to try and get a good defense going. Maybe just eat a bunch of stuff with the Ooze, but I like this, what Secure does for us here. Feet. Now, we probably should just win by swing all and feat their response. They have 4 activations, and there's plenty of creatures, so they're at a virtual 9, actually. So, actually, I'm just going to exile it now. I think that's correct. Because now they can gain a whole bunch of life, but they still just end up with a 1/1. Not the worst. That's their best finishing blow. Good for us. All right. Notched number 2. And we got to 1,000 gems back. That's nice too. Well, was talking with Hodge before we started playing about how a 2/1 would be lovely for this deck. So already happy. Already happy. I was not sure about getting to 2 wins. I'm quite pleased to get to 2 wins now. And let's see if we can get 3, but I'm already happy that we took this deck to 2, because I was not sure about it. Hair meme? Sure.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Thanks, Reeds. Blah, here we are again. I'm going to keep this, though. We have a Fetid Imp on 2, and we have our Patrician Dub combo, so any planes really sets us up for exactly what we're trying to do with this deck. Can't believe I'm saying that, but here you go. This may be greedy. I don't know. Are some people throwing this back? I kind of feel like, I need to find... I'm going to need some white. Need a little bit of luck to win every Magic game. We get 2 draws to find white here. And I'm never punished. We all know that, right?
Point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed is good.
Well, we'll send in the Imp, see if we can't get them to commit an Immolator to the Imp or something. Noletko also struggling a bit. I've been struggling with Amonkhet Remastered results, but I feel like I've been doing okay in M21 in general. Harbinger is scary enough that I'm going to hold on the dub and well, we could go dub and Fetid Imp block Harbinger, but then they have Immolator to free it. I think we need to keep Swift Response up here. Fetid activation isn't enough with the Immolator. But let's do this, and then if they go for, hopefully they decide to try and take out our Imp, in which case we Angelic Ascension, and then we also get to Swift Response. Because I would be tempted, if I'm Oppo here, to Heartfire Immolate the Imp, so to clear the path for the Harbinger. I gotta go in deep into the tank here. Here we go. Where is it? Love it all. I love it all. Yeah, nice start here. Another one of those, please. Let's see. Red, green, Scorching Dragonfire, Harbinger. Don't know much more. We only see 3 spells of theirs, but red, green. So, suggest Secure might be back in. Alchemist Gift seems decent against Big Fat. Maybe just cut down on a doggy again. Yeah, we could cut Archer as well. We don't know what else they're playing, though. There's a lot of 1 toughness in red and green, actually, but we can cut the Archer, sure. Auden's thinking they might be doing the auras, or sorry, the enchantments that reward 4 power. Probably, but yeah, I'm with True. I think that's a reasonable suspicion, but I still want that suspicion confirmed before I board in something as weak as the Mutt with no known targets. We got to have known excellent targets for that before we bring it in. So I like trying this, though. We can keep this. Need a little land, but that's about it. All right, there's some of that land we need. We could do Imp, or let's go Imp now so that we can potentially go Blackguard activation. Although, no, actually, never mind. I'm gonna keep the board clear for their possible removal. We get to flash in Blackguard if they tap out, and then add Devotee. Yeah, so this is good, because now we can just play this dude, drop Devotee, and not that they would block anyway, but it becomes a no-brainer, no block. It's not that it's a zombie or that we could afford to, but anyway, they're not gonna block is the point. I'm gonna send in and prove it. And I do like the Devotee, although if they do have that Dragonfire, they're just gonna scorch it. We could do something like Fetid Imp and have them use the Dragonfire on that. That's not the worst, but I'm gonna make them use their removal on Devotee right now. I'm not expecting Devotee to untap, but it does force them to have it. All right, we're stuck on 3, but we can go attack with Blackguard and play Imp with activation. We'll do that. Trample means we still take some damage, but I would trade off Imp for just about anything here. We're just looking to trade off while we find our land and get our feet under us. You could make an argument to wait, because with Feet of Resistance, we could effectively get 2 creatures with the Imp instead of 1. In fact, I think I am going to do that. We're going to wait. If we don't draw a land, we're going to be happy to have Imp plus Feet to try and get us some extra value here. Just so. Maybe the pump ability of the Blackguard will keep the Turret Ogre at bay. Looks like not only has it done that, but it also makes me feel better about our play. Like if they'd sent the Turret Ogre, I'd be suspicious of tricks or whatnot, but without the Turret Ogre, I think we have a chance at turning our feet into the removal we want it to be. In fact, we could even, since the Imp is going to trade eventually anyway, let's actually feat the Blackguard and make it bigger. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, that's a great one for them to have chosen to use. I'm surprised they didn't send the Turret Ogre as well, but this is good for us. Presumably. If they have another response, that could be trouble. But, alright, we are blocking a green creature. We need to go pro-green. So we just happen to get a 2-for-1 out of that. We'll take it. And some land, just what we needed there. Of course, we're choked on white, so even though we need the land, it's not like it's actually getting us very far. If it were a plains, we could have gone doggy, charger, and then into the solidarity. As it is, we will drop... well, I could drop the Daybreak Charger, and Imp can actually get in. Yeah, that was a weird sequence with all the various things going on. That's true. The Imp, they're not going to block the Imp because of the ability, but let's do it for extra damage. So now we would love a Plains so that we can go Watchdog into Solidarity, or just Acolyte then into Watchdog Solidarity. Yeah, like Plains off the top would be ideal. Interesting. Suggests there's something else going on here. But with our life total, I gotta try Charger on Ogre and see what they're up to. We want to put counters on stuff and everything, but... Trade for tricks. Now we're going to go doggy, hold back, defense. If they're out of gas, we're okay. Let's see what they've got. Could even send the Blackguard. We got Doggy on Visionary and Imp on Ogre. I guess I'll do that. Welcome back, D. We did miss you. We were talking about how you haven't been around, but I was like, Dionysus is European. He's probably on vacation. I know, but we thought of you every time I punted, D. Which is never, because I played perfectly the whole time you were gone. Anyway, yeah, sure. I'm going to send Blackguard B aggro. We kind of need them to be out of gasoline anyway, so let's presume that's happening. What'd you do for vacay, D? How does Dionysus relax? I know, right? Lazy Europeans with their reasonable vacation times. Pfft. Well, this is... I want to get more value out of our Acolyte Solidarity eventually, but we got to take what we got, and that is... we got this 4-5 Menace that's going to be a little difficult, but this seems fine to me. That is a great vacation, D. Reading in front of a swimming pool. I approve. Glutton, you say? All right, we'll drop Doggy and threaten a double block. I mean, I'm trying to get... Basri's really frustrated with me right now, but Basri, I'm doing the best I can. Oppo's not really letting us do much. I might even take this for a turn, because if we let ourselves pump the Blackguard, we can actually have one of these two survive. So I'm going to say no blocks. And I'll even give you an old school. All right, kind of a perfect draw to get that Plains. Now we got to figure out what we're going to do with it. We can go Glutton and just make a 4/3 lifelinker that piled onto Bone Pit Brute with like a 2/2 or even a, you know, either of these makes it a 1-for-1. And it does use all of our mana. Like if we were to find a land, a Plains next turn, we'd be able to Acolyte Solidarity if we wanted. So I'm going to go Blood Glutton here. And do we want to offer... Sure, Watchdog... I don't think they have a spell here. There's probably a land in hand. Let's send the Doggy. If they want to trade off with the weird, that's fine. Dionysus, reading about climate change on vacation, so you came home sadder than when you left. All right. With the way they were playing, I really didn't think they had anything but a land there. That was good playing from Oppo, but we'll make this trade here, and heck. Oh, we just needed... Are you kidding me? Give me the land! But we can't even cast this without something to sack anyway. So we're going to play the Acolyte. No value Acolyte. Sad town. But if they brick, we actually have some backswing here. And heck, if we find a land, I will sack this to kill this if they don't come up with a creature. Yeah, Tron is like, take 4. I'm like, you got it, buddy, because we're taking 4. Wow, our deck is laughing at us. That is something else. Oppo's drawing perfect, us drawing for lulz. Man, what a brutal game in terms of draws there at the end. Oppo drawing utter perfect every turn. What do we want to do, though? Red-green, damage-based. 6 damage means that even our dub is likely to be burned out. Man, I feel like we got him on so many... Got Oppo on so many gotchas, but it wasn't enough. All right, we got this. For all the marbles. Yeah, maybe this is a place where we take out the dub. Yeah, I think Solidarity's got to leave. I think you're right about that. Maybe we pitch Solidarity for the village rights and then leave the dub. But Hajj, I don't know. Solidarity has been not doing all that much, and there's Oppo showing a ton of removal. I'm gonna consider taking out the dub. And did they show 1 toughness that we can pick off? I mean, I guess if they put Pride Malkin counters elsewhere. Just wondering if we even want the dub. It's good on patricians. I think I'm going to do that and that. Maybe even Cage Zombie. Nah. Let's try this. Well, a 3-0 would be quite amazing. I got to remember, I told myself I'd be happy with a 2-1, so getting a little salty about losing game 2 when didn't expect a 3-0 with this deck anyway. Keep it together, Ryan. Let's see what we can do. With the Scry and the Imps, I think we can keep this. Yeah, Gift is another thing that could have been part of our cuts there, Tot. There's some cute stuff going on here for sure. But at least we do have the Archer in now for the Gift. Maybe we'll pull off the Archer Gift trick this time. All right, I'm going to bottom the Swamp because we really want to find white mana, even though we do want mana in general, but we're not going to win if we don't find plains, so let's go looking. Yeah, combat tricks and removal. I mean, maybe we just happen to see their handful of removal in that game, but if it's reflective of a ratio in their entire deck, if there's probably more where that came from. All right, Oppo saying we're gonna fall down on mana and give you a chance. I will take that. Thank you, Oppo. Angelic Ascension if they do find land removal. Oh, this has got to be good for us. Come on now. We're going to be stuck here too, but hopefully 3 is 3 times better than 1 and it gets us there. Immolator. It looks like they kept 7 with 1 land, which just probably means they were on the draw, and it meant they had a lot of action on 2, I bet. Although interesting that their first play was a red 2-drop. I would assume that if they kept a forest and 6 spells, that some of them are. Oh yeah, maybe they just mulled in a couple times and I didn't notice. That's always possible. Well, we're going to obviously offer any of these for that immolator sending in. Interesting. Yeah, I'm just going to take the trade here. That's fine. Short summary of the days I was gone, D, would be a lot of Amonkhet Remastered that was tough. Not the results I was hoping for from Amonkhet Remastered. So that part's been tough. I was not laughing. I was noting that it was so good for us that Oppo was mana screwed, but now Oppo almost about to catch up with us on land. I kind of like Eliminate, but I'll just Imp. Second Imp. Still more damage. I can't remember what we soapboxed on. But I do isolate in the VODs, D. When I do something that's worth soapboxing to YouTube. Anyway, check the VODs, because there's opening chatter that you might enjoy checking out. And if I did do any soapboxes, they should be cut as separate VOD highlights. So check out the VOD stuff, D, and you'll probably find some of the stuff you're looking for there. Crash through. Good in that they only have so much mana left here. All right, they just gave it up. Well, sometimes Magic is ugly and it's not really a game. And at least in that case, it was ugly in our favor. You could call that the biggest punt ever. I think that's, like, in my mind, not even a punt at all. Let's claim this. Let us thank our YouTube friends. Thank you, YouTube. Appreciate you hanging out for that one. Glad we got ourselves a 3-0. That was fun. Wasn't expecting it either. That was just, I mean, that's how it's going, right? I have decks I think are great that are just getting barely a couple wins. That one I thought was medium at best. 2-1 would be lovely. Instead, we 3-0 it. All right. All right. We'll take it. Thanks, YouTube. See ya.